Okay, so today I'm making New York strip with butter and garlic. You want to put seasoning. So I salted the steak on both sides and I put seasoning on it, and I'm letting it sit there because you want it to sit for at least 20-30 minutes at room temperature before you sear your steak. That's the best way to cook a steak. So that's what I'm doing. And I've got my iron skillet here heating up. Now you want your iron skillet to be smoking hot. So it's been sitting there under the heat. I got it on medium low. I'm going to turn it up a little. So yeah, I'm going to sear the steak on this pan. You also want to dry out your steak. So I'm going to go ahead and pat it one more time with a napkin just to get it nice and dry, which it is, because the salt that I put on there will pull out a lot of the liquid, and then it'll do its thing. Anyway, so, okay. Let's see. Let's test this little piece of meat here. You hear that sizzle? That's what you want to hear right there. It's a little sizzle. Okay. So, that was just my tester there. Now, what I'm going to do is going to take my steak. Take my steak here. And I'm going to lay it against the thing away from me. Like so. Put that little piece of meat there. Then I'm going to take my garlic and just kind of put the garlic around it. Like that. And then put some butter in there. Put a little bit on each side here. Put a little bit on the top there. So I'm going to let that cook for like, I don't know, 3 to 4, maybe 5 minutes, because it's a nice thick steak. But right now all I'm doing is I'm searing the steak. That's my potato. Potato's done. So I put a potato in the microwave because I'm lazy cooking, and that's how I bake my potato, is in the microwave. I gotta clean it, I wash it, soak it a few times, and stick it in the microwave and put it under potato cook. Okay, so now I'm going to flip my steak over. Ooh. Flip it over, sear it on the other side. Get that nice brown. Now I'm going to have to render the fat on the sides too. But I'm just going to cook it. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to stick a meat press on there. I put foil around it for easy cleanup, but that's optional. You don't have to do that, but it's just, for me, it cooks a little faster, presses it down. So, you see my mustard there, because that's going on the steak. Yeah, I like mustard steak, so that would be in a minute. So next, I think that's long enough there on the that side. So now what you want to do is turn it to the side and render that fat. Cook it, the sides of it, just to hold it with the tongs. Because you don't want it to be chewy and stuff, right? And get all sides. Come back to that side. You can feel the heat coming up off that pan. Okay, yeah, get that. like to grill my steaks, but I just don't feel like messing with the grill today, so I don't normally eat New York strips, but I normally get filet mignon, but today I'm having New York strip. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get my mustard. Take that here. I like to put mustard on my steak. It gives it some kind of, I don't know, like tenderizer in a way. So, mustard it up. And I'm going to get my Liam Perrins out the fridge here. My wash your sister sauce. Yeah, I heard that. This guy say that and they crack me up. Some wash your sister sauce in there. And get me a little, kind of rub it in there. Turn the heat down. I'm going to rub my steak all around with that nice mustard. And then a little Liam Perrins, a little wash your sister sauce in there. Yeah. Then I like to add a little bit of thyme to that. Take my tongs and I'm going to flip it over to get juice up in there. This steak's about done, so I like my steaks medium rare. So I'm going to take these garlic pieces off here so I don't overcook them. I love me some garlic cloves, man. Yeah. Now look at that. Look how golden that's looking. Just its own little sauce. It's just, when you plate this up, you want it to sit on the plate for a good 10 minutes after you cook it, because it'll continue to cook and the juices will like go back into your steak and the flavors will just marinate in there, and it's just so delicious. I'll be back when I plate it up. Okay, so I added another step. I got my steak in the oven. Put it in there for about 400, well, actually on broil. It's gonna broil for about 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm getting ready to lay my steak down on my plate here. There she is. Look how beautiful that is. And then I'm going to sprinkle the garlic on top. Piece of meat. Oh my god. Amazing. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of green onions on top for prettiness. Make a presentation. I got my little baked potato, and then I got some greens that my dad made. Some fresh dandelion greens and my baked potato. Cheesecake factory bread with some butter in it. Look at that, buddy. That's what I'm talking about. It's dinner time. Let me just cut into that steak now, so you can see. See that? A little more cooked than I wanted, but it's still medium rare, medium to medium rare. It's what way I like it. So
find out. Look at that. Look at that. Oh. Oh. Oh my God. Mm.